Okay, hello everyone. Today coding session is about trading signals. Um, I will continue working on this project, trading signals, even though I'm starting this series of video well past the beginning of the project. So there is already a lot of work that has been done, but I will be explaining during the video what is it about and while coding at the same time. Okay. So let's move directly to the code. Okay, here we go. For this, we will need to have a setup with three different Visual Studio Code running at the same time, plus um, plus the SuperAlgos platform running from the console. Okay, that's the setup I'm running today. At one of these Visual Studio Code, I will be running a network node, a SuperAlgos network node, one of the nodes of the peer-to-peer network. And the overall idea is that I will have at this workspace, I will have two different strategies, two different trading systems. One that is the Lightning Network modified to send signals, and the second one is the same one, that's the Lightning Strike, the Lightning Network, the Lightning Strike strategy modified to consume signals. Okay, I will go into the details later, but essentially this is how the setup is made. So at the same time, I have here two tasks, one two trading tasks, one connected to the trading system that is going to be sending the signals here, and the second task connected to this trading system that is going to be receiving the signals. Okay, so I will run at the network node, I will run just the node. The node already has the capability to to receive a signal and to broadcast it to everyone listening to it. I will go into the details later, but let me make the setup for this to run. To run the node, I still haven't set up the launch um, setting so that it runs from the starting point. So I'm just going to keep this file open here, and I will run it from here. So if I run here, we should be able to see that this is running. Okay. I'm ignoring these messages because these come from other tests of probably things that data that I recorded that is not present right now. Okay, but the node is running. I can see it here. Um, and once that is running, I have really nothing to do here in the user interface, but to run the task server. That is the thing that I will need to debug what is going on. So let me explain a little bit before running all this. Let me explain at which point we are with the development of this. Um, what I've been doing the last days was to enable or to create these nodes or this infrastructure. As you can see here, this is the way this works. You gotta, at each event on the trading system, it is possible to add this node outgoing signals. Okay. And by adding this node, what you're saying is that when your strategy runs and this event is triggered, then it's going to produce a signal, essentially. So which signal is going to produce? The definitions of the signals are at your user profile, because that's where other users are going to be able to find them and to subscribe to your signal. Okay, let me explain how. You have here these trading signals. Well, if you follow this path, user bots, social trading bots, this is one particular social trading bot, and this bot exposes the definitions of all the signals that it can emit, it can broadcast. Okay. Um, so in particular, the here through this path available signals, trigger stage, and you have trigger on, trigger off, and take position. That is exactly these three type of events. Okay. So as a user producing signals, you might have only one event or none of these events. Everything is optional. Whatever is not there, then it's not a signal that is going to be produced. Okay. But if you want, in my case, because I'm testing everything, I'm going to hook signals everywhere just for the purpose of making myself sure that everything works. Okay. So so once I have this definition, trigger on signal, okay, I can reference this from the trading system. Okay, here's the reference. Okay, this means that in this particular trading system, when the trigger on event is raised, it's going to send a signal through this definition of my profile. So this one, this guy here, which means that if another user, anybody, would like to follow this particular signal, this trigger on signal, emit my social trading bot, eventually they will have to follow this bot, okay, and see how it is decoupled from the trading bot. These are two totally different concepts. The trading bot is the one that runs inside a task and that interprets a trading system and execute strategies defined there. Okay? A social trading bot, on the other side, is a bot that is visible for the whole community of people using the social trading apps, and they can follow these bots, uh, and also they can subscribe to the signals these bots are defining, okay, that are available to be subscribed. So the connection between the trading bot and the social trading bot is by referencing in the way that I just explained. From the trading system, each particular event or formula can produce a signal that references the node here present at this definition. Okay, so What that means is that on my second trading system, I I am going to add, or I'm going to reference the same signal definition of the same uh, trading bot, social trading bot, so that the signal is going to come through this path into the trigger on event here. Okay, so when this second bot, trading bot, is running, it's going to execute in the same way. When it comes to evaluate the trigger on event, it's going to, because it has this definition of incoming signal, it's going to bring it on, or grab it, the signal, and it's going to allow the user to use the signal in their conditions and in their code. Let's check it out. For example, in this case, it's just a very simple evaluation. If the signal is not undefined, then true. That means that we are going to trigger the event. Otherwise, don't trigger the event. Uh, Essentially, if the bot, trading bot number one, trigger the event trigger on, then we are going to consider that enough, and we are also going to trigger on. Okay. There is a little bit more about this. Um, we are going to see it specifically here, where there is there are signals also possibly being broadcasted based on formulas calculation. So every node that have a formula at the trading system, okay, it has the possibility to send a signal with that formula calculation, so that the bots following can also have their formula value without the need for them to have almost any data set, because they can just act upon signals. Okay, so how does this work in practice? This formula, for instance, is getting the value from the trading engine, like you see here, and once this is calculated, because this exists, then this is going to send a signal to, you see the reference line here, is going to send a signal via the signal definition at the user profile. Okay, and that signal definition is going to contain the formula value by default. But on top of that, on top of the value of the formula that is going to be sent always, if it is a signal that is being broadcast based on a formula, I added this node that is very interesting, because you will be able to define a context object. Okay, and a context object is what will allow you to send to the signal consumer context information that might be useful for them, the followers, to make a decision upon the signal, not just use the formula value. That would be like very simplistic. Okay, so in this case, the context object that I'm creating here is an example. Obviously, it has this syntax, and I'm grabbing some information from my own trading system, or from my own trading engine. Essentially, all the information I have available in other formulas, I can use it to put it inside this context, and I create a context with whatever structure that I want. And this context is also going to travel through the peer-to-peer network to the signal consumer, and is going to be available to be used in the consumer side, okay, on the consumer bot. Let me show you here. If I if I'm exactly at the same place, that is not here but here, you may see that here I have the same node target rate that have an incoming signal, okay. And by the way, it says signals because you might have more than one, okay. You might be waiting for several signals and consolidate them, and from even different user, or even from different social trading bots, okay. You might be waiting for many different signals, and the information that arrives through these signals, including the context, you are going to be able to evaluate it, okay, and to use it on your own formula, okay. So essentially you're still going to run your formula, but um, beyond the current objects you have available for your formula, that is all indicators, all your own trading engine and whatever, you will also have available uh, the formula value coming inside the signal, okay. And you will also have available the context of the signal. So for instance, if you write here, instead of node formula, you write node context, and you put whatever property coming in the context, okay. Then you are using whatever information coming in the context of the scene, okay. So this is already working. Obviously, I'm writing just the first iteration. While I was speaking, I noticed that if more than one signals are to be received, then probably this syntax is not enough to refer to which signal you are talking about. Probably you will have here an array of signals. But anyway, I think you guess how things are emerging. We'll put back whatever I had before. So this is more or less how signals are going to work, or are working almost, because this is already working. What I'm going to do now is to continue setting up this type of these nodes at different formulas and event nodes. I already did it before with many of the existing ones, as you can see here. This is already set up, and I think I'm done with the open stage and also with the closed stage because it's very similar. I have all this stuff reading the signals from the other strategy, but I still need to add all this stuff at the manage stage, and this is what I'm going to do today. So with this explanation done, let's go to the coding of this. Okay. Okay, so what do I see here? I see at the manage stage, I see that we have a face node that have a formula, okay? but it doesn't have in its menu the possibility to add outgoing or incoming signals. So the first thing I'm going to do is to fix this. It is very useful, and the way I usually do this stuff is to follow the way I did it in other similar situations. So I'm going to take either the order rate as an example, or maybe this one, the target rate as an example. Okay, and I'm going to use it as an example and extract some stuff from there and put it inside the face node. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to take this one here, and first things to do is to find the target rate node definition. The target rate, even though it's something related to trading, I don't think that the node definition, the up schema of that node, is in algorithmic trading project, because that is the migration from foundations to here was never completed like fully. So most likely this is still here. Okay, and the name I'm looking for is target rate. So let me find it here. Target rate, exactly, it's here. So the one that I want to complete or to do now is the face. This is the face node that is also inside here. Somebody should finish this moving, this migration. But until somebody do it, it's still here, face. Okay. Another thing I will need is to locate these guys, incoming signals and outgoing signals, because I will need to modify the rules of who they can attach to. Today they can attach to this guy, but they will also need to be attached. Oh, not here. It will also need to be attached to the face node, okay? So for that reason, I'm going to look for these outgoing signals node and incoming signal node. These one are at the right place, that is at the project, called not social trading signals. Okay, so incoming signals and outgoing signals. Okay, so this is kind of very easy stuff. What I need is to get these menu items that are here. I will put it also here. I will leave the announcement at the end so as to keep things consistent with what I done before. So I will add this here, and also I will come here, and in the declaration of which type of children this can have, I will copy it to here, also respecting the order, but being careful of not. Okay, so this means that the face object will be able to have incoming and outgoing. At the same time, in incoming, the attaching rules I will have to list here to add face so that it can attach to its new type of parent, and the outgoing signal I will add face. I'm seeing a difference here between one and the other that is kind of suspicious. Why? Because in my mind, all these two nodes should be attached to the same nodes. So let me find out what is going on. Maybe I forget to put one. Create order event, cancel order event. Yeah, essentially that's what's going on. It seems that I added to one of these, but not to the second one. So I'm just going to replace all this like this. Okay. So now, if I come back here, the only way to see these changes are refreshing the page. So I'm going, oh my God. I deleted something here. I closed the window. I'm not sure that it was properly saved the workspace. Let me set this up again. Well, anyway, I had to reload it. So this is what I'm doing. Well, so this is part of the process of adding these signals. Another thing that I will be needing to do is to is to add a new definition for this new type of signal, that is the phase formula. Okay, so I will need to add that type of node too. So let's get into there while this is loading. Or probably I will wait for it so that we can be sure that what I did before is already working. Okay, something is wrong here. I don't know why. In fact, I have really no idea what is going on. Why is this stuff here? Okay, now I got a problem. Hmm. I don't really know what is going on. Most likely somebody changed something in a pull request, and now this is not working well anyway anymore. Oh my god. Um, wow, I don't even know where to start. Probably I'm going to turn off this and run it again, but I don't think it's going to solve it. But oh, okay, okay. Well, these are like problems when you're developing. When you're yeah, it's like I wouldn't say it's normal, but it happens quite frequently that somebody add a new dependency and then things don't work really well. So what I'm going to do, this is what it's saying is that is Slack web API is missing. So as far as I remember, no setup should fix this. Well, I don't see in my recording software any way to pause this while this is happening. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is to continue with what I was doing here. Um, to to move this forward a little bit quicker. So what we will need to do is to add a new node at the user profile in the area of signals definitions. Okay. So there was a target rate signal. Okay. So we are going to need this guy, target rate signal, and we are going to use it as a template for the phase signal. Okay. Target rate signal is the signal that we are going to use when the target rate formula is calculated. So the same for the same we're going to do something very similar with the phase. So let's go for it. Phase signal. Okay. So I will copy this guy and reproduce it here. So this is the phase signal. Important thing to change is the name of the parent, phase. I hope someday somebody's going to create a user interface to doing this job, because it's very repetitive and prone to mistakes. So that is a project, that one of the more than 30 projects that are available for somebody to do. is to manage all these app schema files from the user interface. Okay, so the phase signal is it's something that belongs um, to the manage stage, but I'm not sure that I'm going to hook it directly to the stage, because the manage stage has two main branches, and I probably will reflect those branches too. So let's go back to the problem of the UI not loading anymore. Okay, so this could run. Let's see if of it seems that no setup didn't fix it all. There's still one module missing. Platform root 41. Let's check that out. Okay, I cannot see it from here because this workspace constraint. Maybe I can see it from here. Platform root. Well, I don't really know why the node setup script didn't work well enough to figure it out this, but I just need to move on, so I'm going to do an npm. This is very strange because WS is WebSockets, and of course I do have this installed, so I don't really understand what is going on here. And there is a chance that somebody changed the version of WebSockets, and that might lead to things not working. But we will see. Well, I'm sorry for this inconvenience, but it's really part of the everyday, having this kind of problem that distract you from your main task or what you're trying to do. I cannot say something that never happens. On the contrary, still, I'm pretty sure that all this is unrelated to the problem of not loading the UI, because I cannot see any relationship between this and the other stuff. Wow. What could what could be the problem here? I don't really understand. What I can see is that the canvas object is not being resized to the size of the window, but that have always worked, and I cannot imagine that somebody changed something related to that. But essentially, that is what is going on. Okay, this is taking like too long. Well, probably what I'm going to do is to cut this episode here. What I'm going to do is to cut this episode here, try to figure out what's going on, and put this stuff to work, and I make another episode once I have this running, so that you don't waste your time. Um, so well, that's that's life when you're developing this kind of stuff. So thank you for watching so far. In the next episode, I will come back exactly at the point where I left with the trading signals. And well, see you in the next one.